welcome to the Kitchener-Waterloo Art Gallery, located in Centre in the Square in downtown Kitchener. My name is Kate, I'm one of the artist educators here, and I'm going to take you inside on a little bit of a tour of our current shows. So come on in. So we're going to start in the Eastman Gallery, which is just behind me. Take a look at an installation by an artist named Allard from out west. She came at the beginning of January as an artist in residence to create this work for us. So come on in. The title of this piece is Materialscape, and as you can hopefully see through the video, it's comprised completely of regular copier paper and cardboard boxes. So over the course of about 2 weeks, Michelle worked with a team of 20 volunteers from the local area to roll 30,000 tubes of paper, which she then assembled into this Materialscape. For many visitors, it's evocative of either stalactites inside a cave or a futuristic city. One small child compared it to a bubble bath, which I really enjoyed. But it's sort of for you to interpret based on how you see the textures, the colors reflecting off of the white paper. But for Michelle, she wants you to think about the materials themselves and how an everyday piece of paper and a cardboard box can be transformed temporarily into a work of art that after the show is over, March 20th, will be taken down, and in some cases these materials will either be recycled or just returned to their original purpose of holding things, as cardboard box is intended to do. So now we're standing out in the hallway taking a look at a show entitled A Boundless Moment, curated by Taryn Hughes. Taryn was actually invited to be a guest curator here at the gallery. First time that we've ever tried anything like this, where we've invited a member of the community to come and go through our 4,000 work permanent collection and put together a small show. So for Taryn, she chose things that were evocative of personal memory or memories of Canada. So we start with a small work by David Milne, which for her was particularly charming because we have a very familiar landscape, very Canadian, but also evidence of the artist himself being there. He actually illustrated his own materials. And if we move down the hallway, we have works which reminded Taryn of her childhood in the Maritimes. She was born on PEI, and for her these two pieces reminded her of fond times with her family around a lobster feast, as you can see. We have this glorious work by Joyce Wieland, which I adore. It's called Nursery. And many people say it reminds them of an underwater scene, but it's actually a nursery. So we have forms of babies in their cribs, lots of soft, nice, colorful, squishy things. And this one child who came through the show said, it looks sticky, like things would be inside a baby's room. Moving a little further down, we have this sculpture by Tony Urquhart, Ontario Winter Box, which I adore because it can be opened and closed. And I like to think of the memory that he had of this particular winter day being all preserved inside, closed up nice and tightly, so that then when he wanted to think about it again, could open it up and be transported back to that same day and that same scene. So now we're in the main gallery space, looking at Robert Linsley's Geomorphic Fantasy. I've chosen this particular piece to show you as it represents the most colorful piece in the show. It has a lot going on. And what Robert wanted you to know about his work is his method. He's an abstract artist, as you can see, but he's very much in the school of abstract expressionism and action painting. So he uses his body primarily rather than a brush, and literally pours the paint onto the canvas, then lifts it up, tilts it until it creates a shape that he's looking for, and then lets it dry and repeats the whole process. And what we get in the end are these incredible islands. And as you view the entire show, you do really get a sense of islands moving, being born and dying, volcanoes rising up out of the ocean, and then plates shift. So follow me as we take a quick look at some of these. Many of his pieces are intended to be viewed together. So we have this crazy pseudo-Earth kind of thing happening again with the islands, but many of them are intended to sort of tell the story about either the birth of the Earth or in some cases the birth of the universe. Now we're going to head into the smaller space and look at Colwyn Griffith's photographs. So here we have a collection of photos, some of them local to Kitchener actually. And what Colwyn has done is literally searched out abandoned fast food restaurants. And he's displayed them in a way to help us sort of track the similarities in the architectural branding of these buildings. So if you can spot the McDonald's roofline in one, you can probably follow it through several of these other photographs. But the interesting thing about this show is that he has then found examples where these buildings that were once fast food restaurants have now been transformed by mom and pop shops. So where you can still see the Kentucky Fried Chicken roof line, you can now go in there to buy baby supplies. Or the McDonald's that is now a deli. And he plays around with this idea of reclaiming the architecture that was originally designed for these multinational corporations. We've got our very own Arabesque Cafe here in Kitchener. Lots of Pizza Hut. So all of these shows are on until March 20th. Admission is free. We're open every day, Monday to Friday, during regular business hours, and also on the weekends. Anybody is welcome, so please come, visit, say hi when you're here. We look forward to seeing you. Thanks.